Uh, we can hear you in Utah. Awesome. I love seeing where everyone's coming in from. Cool. Okay. So we're going to get started. Again, use the chat as we're going. I won't be able to see the chat because I'll be sharing my screen, but my teammate Reese is in the chat and he will be able to respond to you guys. We'll also have a Q&A at the end, but definitely let us know what you're thinking, what you're seeing. We want to hear from you as we're going. So for sure, keep up in the chat. And let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. So everyone, let me know if you can see. All right, can you guys see that? All right, let's go into the pretty view so we can see the nice view. Okay. Welcome to our webinar today, everyone. We are so happy that you guys could be here with us. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's a lot. It's late on a Thursday. A lot of us have holiday weekends coming up, so we appreciate you taking the time. A couple of housekeeping things before we dive in. This will be recorded. Don't you worry if you have to hop, whatever. I totally understand. We are going to record this. You will get a copy of the recording tonight. Before I leave, you will have an email with this recording. So question number one. Question number two, we are going to have a Q&A at the very end of this. We encourage you to bring all your questions. We want to hear from you. Please use the chat as we're going. My colleague Reese is hanging out in the chat. We'll be answering questions or tagging them to answer them during the Q&A. The one caveat to our Q&A is if you have something with your account, either your Shogun or your Klaviyo account, we probably won't be able to answer that question live. Usually we have to get in and see what's going on. So if you have something specifically with your account, we just direct you to our support teams. They're happy to help you and ready to go. All right, so let's dive in about creating personalized shopping experience. Again, my name is Maura. I'm the marketing manager here at Shogun. I'm joined by Anthony. He is a product marketing lead over at Klaviyo, and we're going to talk you through Klaviyo CDP, Shogun's target experiences, how you can use them together to get more sales, more conversions. So let's start off with something you guys probably already know because you're here with us today is why personalized experiences. Why is this so important? So I'm just going to throw two stats at you. I could throw a lot more, but I found two really good ones. Accenture did a study like 2 years ago, and they found that 91% of customers surveyed were more willing to buy with brands that delivered relevant offers and suggestions to them. And then Epsilon found something very similar when they did their research, which is when companies provide tailored experiences, 80% of shoppers are more inclined to make a purchase. Like I said, you wouldn't be here if you didn't think personalization was important. It's the key, shoppers want these tailored experiences. And really what's happening is that they're beginning to expect them a lot more. So they're going to spend money when they encounter them. That's what we're seeing on our end. Of course, the problem has been, it's been really hard to create these kinds of things. And also, how do you do it at scale, right? You might not have a huge team. You might not have a bunch of developers. There's a lot of questions on how do we offer personalization? How do we do it well? And how do we do it in a bigger way so that we're not constantly creating a million different versions of our websites? Well, that's what we're going to talk about with you guys today, because that's what Klaviyo and Shogun are trying to solve for. So I'm going to talk about Shogun's part, and Anthony's going to talk about the Klaviyo part. Really what you guys need to know is this is all about using your customer data that you probably have right now. Things like your customers who've already purchased with you, your email subscribers, your new customers, people who have left reviews for you, how you can take all that data and how you can leverage it and create a better experience, a better shopping experience, and start seeing more sales. So let's get started. Anthony, I'm going to pass it off to you to talk about Klaviyo CDP.
Awesome. Thanks, Maura. Yeah, before I get into Klaviyo CDP and do a demo, I thought it'd be important to just set the stage as to why we built CDP and why we partner with really great partners like Shogun to enhance the customer experience. As Maura mentioned, it's really about the fact that today customers expect more. They expect delightful experiences wherever they're interacting with your brand. So think about your Instagram feed or your Amazon homepage. These experiences aren't just personalized, they're completely individual to you, and they keep you coming back over and over again. That's really the new bar. Brands who are a win are creating, even digitally, that same feeling of when you go into a local bar or a restaurant, because ultimately people want to be marketed to, they want to be seen and understood. Once they have an interaction that makes them realize that to you, they're a target and not a person, they're over. And then from the next slide, and ultimately customer experiences, while they've changed, your role as a marketer has also changed. You can't think about a single channel or even a couple channels. You have to think about every single customer interaction, what emails, what texts they get, what ads they see, what they see on your website, what they see in store. Did they get the product? They like it? How is their support interaction? Truly every interaction matters, and you're in the driver's seat. And you have all of this customer data, can be overwhelmingly hard to bring it together and see the full picture. But that's the most critical piece. You have to know your customer in order to win them. And that's where Klaviyo CDP comes in. The smarter, easier CDP built for faster results. It's like giving your data superpowers. With no implementation, you can combine data storage, unification, and analytics in the same platform as your marketing. That means you can consolidate your tech stack, do more with fewer resources, and power smarter digital relationships that generate more revenue. So with CDP, you get cleaner data that you can trust, with features like identity resolution, data transformation, custom metrics. And then on top of that, Klaviyo CDP surfaces rich insights on your customers through features like RFM analysis and audience performance, insights on your products through catalog insights, and on your business through funnel analysis. And coming later this year, things like multi-touch attribution, so you can understand where to prioritize your efforts. With these insights at your fingertips, you can ultimately make smarter decisions faster. And the awesome thing is that since CDP is built on the same infrastructure as Klaviyo's marketing application, you can instantly activate these insights across every touch point. That includes sending segments to Shogun to personalize your website experience based on your Klaviyo data, or even triggering flows based on key inflection points in your customer lifecycle, like when a champion customer moves to at risk in your RFM analysis. And so I'd love to just walk through the platform and give you a quick overview of what we mean when we say Klaviyo CDP, for those of you who aren't familiar. And then we'll do a quick demo of what it means to pull a segment in Klaviyo CDP, and then how we can then use that segment. Maura will walk us through in Shogun targeted experiences. So let me share my screen. Awesome. Can you see my screen? Great.
Yep, I can see it.
Awesome. So as many of you are familiar, this is what a Klaviyo account looks like. We're looking at a test account, so just be mindful none of this data is real, but here's a normal Klaviyo account. We're at our home screen. We can see our dashboard. You have your campaigns, your flows to send automated messages. We have a reviews product. And then we have all of our other capabilities within Klaviyo. And you can see at the bottom here, there's a new tab in your navigation for CDP. Because as I mentioned, CDP, it's vertically integrated with Klaviyo's marketing application. So we built it on the same infrastructure. This wasn't something we acquired and integrated. So truly everything you're doing in CDP leverages a lot of the same data that you're using within Klaviyo's marketing application, and the insights and power that you glean in Klaviyo CDP can be directly used in Klaviyo's marketing application without ever leaving the platform. So the way our CDP is broken out is we have data components and intelligence components. We're going to deep dive into some of the intelligence components that we'll use in our targeted experiences. But just to give you a quick overview of our data components, and then for those of you who are interested, you can always request a demo. We'll drop the link in as well for those, so that you can get a personalized demo and get a deep dive on the platform. But we include things like data transformation, which allows you to reformat and standardize your data at scale. So think of things like when you want to format your first name. So for better personalization, you want to standardize your country names. So you have a bunch of values for United States or Canada, CA, Canada all caps, Canada lowercase. That can be really complex when building a segment or a flow filter. Now you can standardize your data both historical and upon ingest moving forward in a couple clicks. We have the ability to write custom functions in Klaviyo using code. So here you can execute JavaScript or Python functions that are triggered by an event in Klaviyo. And we include pre-built recipes, like the ability to set a customer's birth date on their profile after they sign up. You can convert currency. You can generate a thank you poem, a bunch of different ways that you can then use an event to trigger a specific action, completely customizable. We also have data syncing. So we allow you to send your data outbound to any of the top data warehouses to really make sure that we can complement your data warehouse nicely and keep that data warehouse as your a complementary source of truth. And then we also have web hooks, which allows you to programmatically send data outbound at scale, triggered by any event. So you could send unsubscribed data to another platform. You could send email clicks, SMS clicks, really at scale in real time. And then our intelligence capabilities, we have 4 key out-of-the-box reports. We have funnel analysis, which allows you to build custom journeys. So I think when you're measuring an email to purchase funnel, SMS to purchase, organic web traffic to purchase, repeat purchase funnels, the opportunities are endless, given you can utilize all of your data in Klaviyo, add filters for different funnels. So you can really pinpoint areas of opportunity to optimize or test. The cool thing is, because you have all of your audience data in Klaviyo, you can also filter funnels by segments to see how different segments might have different drop-off points, allowing you to find really hyper-personalized ways to optimize your marketing experience. We then have audience performance. I'm going to end with RFM because that's actually something we're using for our target experiences demo. But we have our audience performance report, which allows you to compare segments at scale against any length of time and against any metric in Klaviyo. So you can not only identify your top performing segments by revenue, but you could also see for more up-funnel metrics like active on-site. Who are my segments who are most active on-site? And perhaps what are the marketing tactics that I'm doing that are driving them on site, or perhaps not driving them on site, allowing me to understand where to prioritize. And then we have custom customer lifetime value, custom CLV. So Klaviyo out of the box, we provide predicted lifetime value, historic lifetime value through our AI capabilities. With custom customer lifetime value, we're taking that a step further and allowing for more even flexible predictive modeling, allowing for you to customize the date range of your prediction window. So out of the box, Klaviyo comes with a 365-day window. But say if you have a purchase cycle that's much faster, or if you want to look at just customers who are likely to buy in the next 90 days, you can adjust your CLV model within seconds and then see what profiles and segments who use CLV are impacted so that then you can target them more effectively. And then lastly, one of my favorite features is RFM analysis. So recency, frequency, and monetary value. RFM is a concept. It's grouping your customers by their purchase behavior into different cohorts so that then you can model their behavior to understand how customers are more likely to act in the future. We have different distribution groups that we automatically place customers in based on all of your data in Klaviyo. Be mindful, some of these visualizations are a little thrown off by the dummy data. But what this allows you to do is really get a good sense of your entire customer base, not just those who have been recently engaging with your email or SMS. You have different visualizations so that you can see, okay, against any length of time, how have different groups changed over time? We then have a Sankey diagram, which allows you to see where are groups moving to and from? Where are my champions coming to and from? Where are my loyal customers going? My customers who are recently, are they moving to needs attention? So you can get really granular there. And then do really cool things using machine learning. We have RFM segmentation. So here you can create a segment using an RFM property. So the cool thing about Klaviyo's machine learning is that we tag all of your profiles with current month and previous month RFM group, and then update that as their behavior continues to change. So you could do cool things like trigger a flow when a champion customer moves to at risk, allowing you to be really smarter with your marketing. That flow alone, we're seeing customers, many customers drive nearly 2x ROI. Some really powerful stuff. Awesome. So let's build a segment that we'll use to personalize on-site in Shogun. So we're going to build our champion segment. So here, really quickly, rather than having to understand, okay, what should my champion be? How much should they be spending? How often are they purchasing? RFM automatically defines that for you. And in a couple clicks, you can say, okay, here are my champion customers. We can create this segment. 13,000 profiles, as you can see with our new segment preview. We'll create that segment. And then we're also going to create another segment for customers who maybe were champions or were loyal, but are now at risk. So customers who their current month RFM is at risk. We'll create another segment. So again, really quickly able to build a smarter segment that's objective. RFM also includes percentiles, so it's based on percentiles, so it's constantly evolving. So as your customer behavior changes, so they purchase more, they buy at higher value, the model will evolve on its own, allowing you to really just trust the model and not have to worry about updating your segments. So we'll build a segment of at-risk customers. And then we can go back to RFM. And as those segments populate, you can see they're showing up here on my segment tab. Really straightforward. Awesome. So that is Klaviyo CDP at a 10,000 foot level. If you're interested, as I mentioned, definitely feel free to request a demo. You can reach out to me directly. I can connect you to the right person. But we're super excited that many customers are using this, getting their hands wet and seeing some really awesome success in driving repeat purchase. And now we're able to even provide them with additional value by working with awesome partners like Shogun, who's produced a really amazing experience that I'm excited for you to see. So I'll kick it back over to you, Maura.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. First of all, can I just say as a marketer, how amazing it is to have something that can manage your data like very easily. I cannot tell you how many times we talk about good data, better data. How do we know, what these people are doing? If you guys are in the chat, definitely let me know like what you're using to manage your data. If you haven't jumped on Klaviyo CDP yet, if you're anything like me, sometimes we're just using a bunch of spreadsheets. So I feel you if that's where you're at. But yeah, just let us know kind of like how you're managing all your different customers right now. We just love to know. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive back in. And now that we've built our segments, now that we've used Klaviyo CDP, we're going to talk about how you can use that to create your experiences. So 1 second. And we'll share my screen again. There we go. All right, we did our demo. I went too far. Anthony, can you see my screen? Very good. All right, cool. So let's talk about target experiences. Again, as I said, as a marketer, this is my absolute favorite thing to talk about with Shogun. I think it is super cool. And really what it's all about is creating these tailored experiences on your storefront. So we just talked about all the different ways you can look at your data, all the important things to think about, frequency, recency, who's been shopping with you lately. And it's like, well, what do we do with all this, right? What do we do now that we know someone hasn't been back to our store in a month or so? That's where target experiences comes in. This is a new feature in Shogun. We just launched it a couple months ago. And right now it's available on all plans. So build, grow, advanced, legacy, whatever plan you are on, you have access to this feature today. You could hop off our webinar and start building your first target experience. We want everyone to be trying this. We want everyone to really maximize how they're customizing content and creating these relevant experiences. So how it works is with target experiences, what you can do is you can create a version or variant of one of your pages, whether it's a home page or a product page, a collection page. You can create a variant and you can target it to a specific segment. So just like we talked about Klaviyo CDP, you could create a segment in there and target, to that specific group. But that's not the only way you can create a segment. We also have two other ways. So one is geolocation. So you can create a segment of customers based on their city, based on their state, their country. This can come in really handy if you're doing things like, shipping times. Like if you have different shipping times, if someone's in New York City or if someone's in the UK, it can come in really handy if like regional holidays that come up. Again, I know like Mother's Day was a couple weeks ago in the UK. Well, for the US, it's in May. So you could do a regional target experience where you're promoting Mother's Day just in the US. That's one way, is geolocation. And then also we have the ability to create segments based on referral source. So this can either be like a total website. So you could say like, we could create experiences for people visiting just from Facebook, right? Just from facebook.com. Or you could use UTM parameters. So if you do email campaigns or if you do ad campaigns, this can come in handy too, because you can really customize it to like your specific UTM parameter, whatever that will be. So those are the three different ways you can create these audience segments. So you'll create your audience segment, and then what you'll do is you can go into Shogun, create your variant page that will show up just for that segment, and they'll get something special, right? They'll get their own special, unique experience. Think about this for like, again, it's all about relevancy, but it can be a lot of little things too. So, showing products that someone's probably interested in based on what they've purchased before, giving discount codes, like keeping that marketing campaign really cohesive, saying we showed a discount code on this ad. We want them to see it throughout the entire site. Working with influencers, you could show your influencer throughout your entire site with a targeted experience just for the people coming from that influencer campaign. I've already talked about shipping info, currency, things like that geolocation can do for you. All of these might sound like little things, but they can add up really quickly. And what it'll do, it's going to reduce friction. It's going to make people feel, it's going to reduce the questions they have as they're shopping. And hopefully what that's going to do is drive up conversions. And it's going to make your customers love you even more because you're giving them exactly what they're looking for. And you're making the experience as relevant as possible. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to stop sharing real quick. And I'm going to show, we have two pre-recorded demos that we're going to dive into. So we are going to show you what it looks like on the Shogun side now that we've seen on the CDP side. Let me cue these up really quickly. Go back to screen. All right. There's sound. Okay, can you guys see that screen? Yes. Can you hear? No, you can't hear. Okay.
Not here.
1 second. We'll try this again. All right. Share screen. Hold on while I get my sound going. It always works when you're trying to do it, and then when you're doing it in real time, it never works correctly. There we go. Share sound. All right, let's try this again.
With your champion customer segment in place in Klaviyo, you're now able to create personalized content for this segment using targeted experiences within Shogun. To do that, we're going to begin by creating a customized variant of our homepage for this specific segment to encourage repeat purchases and make them feel like the valued customers that they are. Within the visual editor, with our homepage selected, we're going to begin creating our targeted experience. At the top right of the editor, select the Targeted Experiences icon to open the Creation panel. Then, we'll toggle Enable Targeted Experiences, and Shogun will automatically create a new variant of the page that we can then edit and tailor for our selected audience. Now we need to create a name for this new variant. We'll call it Champions, and then select Create a new segment in the segment dropdown to begin importing our champion customer segment from Klaviyo. In the segment creation view, we'll select Klaviyo in the first dropdown. Now we'll need to authenticate our Klaviyo account, and from here, Shogun will pull in all of the existing segments from Klaviyo, including the champion customer segment. Once it has been imported, we will select it and begin editing our homepage variant. From here, we're going to use the visual editor to create a customized experience for this group. At the top left of the editor view, you'll see the options to choose which page variant you want to edit. In this case, we have our original homepage and then we have our Champions variant. Since our champion audience has already shopped with us, we're going to replace our hero image with a Welcome Back banner. Then, to encourage repeat purchases and improve lifetime value of this segment, we're going to add a text box with a discount code for a subscription on products they've previously purchased. Creating special offers for loyal customers to encourage subscriptions is a great way for CPG brands selling beauty, pet, food, and other consumable products to deliver a better experience for customers and increase revenue. Once we've made those changes, we're ready to publish. Simply click Publish All, and the personalized experience will go live. Now that the homepage variant is live, customers in the Champion Customers segment will see this version of the page until it's unpublished.
All right, cool. So that was our first example of using that champion experience. So what will happen then if they're in that segment, they're going to see that welcome back, they're going to see that discount code. If they're not, if they're new to the page, they're going to get the original variant. And I just want to take a second and call this out because this is very, very impactful, and it's probably something you could do right away. Think about, like, if you had a brick and mortar store, you would know your returning customers. Like, you would welcome them in. You would say, like, "Hi, Maura, welcome back. I know you got this sweater last week. Well, let me show you, this shirt that goes with it," or whatever. It's something very simple, but like it makes a difference. And it's just something that really will get people to trust you more. If you have that list, like if you have that customers of they've been shopping with you forever, or they're high value customers, I'm sure that you've already tracking them and you're already marketing to them. This is something you can do right away that people really love. We're going to show a little bit how one of our customers have kind of already started doing this to a certain extent and what they're seeing. So I just wanted to call this out. Tonya just said, we've been wanting to do something like this for a while. Excited to try it. Amazing. Yeah, I'd love to hear that because, again, it's so simple, but it's so impactful. Like, my dog agrees that it's very impactful. So sorry if you can hear her barking. All right, so we're going to move on to our second demo. This will be our last demo, and then we'll go into Q&A. But here we go. I'm going to share the sound this time, so make sure that's all working. 1 second. Okay. All right. Can you see that?
We're going to follow the same steps as before to create our next targeted experience for our at-risk segment. Within the visual editor, click Add Variant to create your next page variant. Like last time, we'll give our variant a name. We'll call this one At Risk, and then we'll select our At-Risk customer segment in the dropdown that we imported previously from Klaviyo. Now onto editing this new variant. We want to re-engage customers in this audience, and thanks to Klaviyo, we already know which products they were viewing previously, so we can create personalized content that offers a discount on those products. If you're using Shopify, you can do this by adding the product collection element to your page. This pulls the collection of products from your e-commerce catalog and showcases them on your page. So if your at-risk segment was browsing a specific type of product, like dog food, you can show any of the products within the dog food collection. Or if your customers have already purchased a product from you, but you want to increase order value, you can show a collection of complementary products. So if your customers already purchased food, you could show your collection for dog accessories like scarves, harnesses, and leashes. Like before, we'll add a text box and include a discount code to encourage purchases. Once we've made our edits, we'll hit Publish All once again. And now our two new targeted experiences are running and only being shown to the respective segments we selected. With both experiences up and running, you can now view the performance of each variant within the Page Analytics dashboard. To view the metrics, click Page Analytics within the drop-down menu to the top right of the visual editor. Here you'll find all of the important metrics for each page variant, like sales, conversion rate, click-through rate, and add to carts so you know exactly how your targeted experiences are impacting sales.
Okay. First off, those analytics are clearly on a test store, so they are much more interesting and exciting when they're on a real store. But we wanted to show you that you could do two different target experiences at once, right? You can have a target experience running for your champion customers, and then you can also have a target experience running for your at-risk customers at the same time, so that you're increasing the chances for conversions every chance you get. Okay, so we got one more thing that we want to share before we dive into the Q&A. So, and that is a very cool customer story. And these customers are actually on right now. So Douglas, Rory, and team, I think you guys are on. So hello again. Let's go into our slideshow view. So we wanted to share with you just how one of our joint customers, Nextbase, is using target experiences and Klaviyo CDP to improve their homepage experience as well as the rest of their website. So Nextbase sells dash cameras. They're a UK-based brand. They sell dash cameras, and they've been interested in custom content for a while. So they really jumped at this idea of being able to customize their content for their different segments. So what they did is they used Klaviyo CDP to create a segment of their past purchasers. So this is people who have purchased their one of their main products, which is the dash camera. So if you look at this top screenshot that says "All Eyes on the Road," that's the original variant, and it is marketing that main dash camera. So what they did was they created a target experience, which is the bottom screenshot, that promotes their other products, a rear window camera and a rear view camera. Because this idea is, if somebody's already purchased a dash camera, why use all of this valuable space on the home page to promote it? Because they've already bought it. So and they probably won't buy another one right away, right? So let's not waste all that huge space. Let's instead try and show them some other products that they might be interested in if they're already loving their dash camera, which they obviously are. So Douglas, Rory, and their team, they came up with this. They created this segment. They launched it. They didn't change anything in their marketing. They kept all their post-purchase flows the same. They just wanted to see how this would work for them. And they ended up increasing conversions by quite a bit. So I think what they said 3 times, the conversion rate was about 3 times as high. It was 2%, I think, around for their homepage, up to 6% for their target experience. And they also saw an increase in click-through rate as well. So they were seeing that those people in that segment, in that past purchaser segment, were clicking through on the rear window cam, on the rear view cam. They were interested in those other products, and they wouldn't have had a chance to promote them if they were still only using their original variant. So this is just one example. We've gotten to speak with this customer. They're amazing. And I'm using Roy's quote with him. He said the possibilities are endless, because now they're just looking at other ways they can do this. Other segments they can identify using Klaviyo CDP, creating target experiences over and over, just to keep keep those conversions increasing, keep those sales going up, and also just providing the best shopping experience ever. That is what it's all about at the end of the day, is making sure your customers have the smoothest, the most relevant shopping experience that they can have when they're on your stores. All right, well, with that, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm also going to stop talking, and we're going to go into some Q&A. So I'm going to have Reese. Reese is on our team. He's going to come up here. Reese is on our product team. He helped build target experiences. He's the expert. And we're going to go through some questions. So if you guys can drop your questions right now in the chat, I'd really love to hear them. And I think we were capturing some as we were going, right?
Hey everyone, how's it going? Reese here from the Shogun team. We did capture some questions. We have answered them all in chat at this point, so there's no outstanding questions right now.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have any questions, anyone, feel free to drop them in the comments.
Yeah, let us know what you're thinking. Team just said interesting next spaces on big commerce. Yes. So, oh, Natalie raised their hand. Yeah, if you have questions, just hop in the chat. Anthony, can you drop a link for the Klaviyo CDP, either to sign up or to do a demo? Justin said,
Yes.
where do I start?
Absolutely. So yes, so you can just right through our website. You can actually just request a demo of CDP, and then one of our business development representatives will reach out, and you'll talk to one of our customer growth reps, who will then give you a personalized demo and walk through what you can do on CDP, and you having a lot of this already context into what you can do with targeted experiences will really give you a leg up in the sales process.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Dave had a question. Have you seen brands link CDP segments to pages other than the homepage to a custom landing page? Reese, do you want to talk about the options that they have?
Yeah, absolutely. So the homepage is a great way to get started. It's a page that gets a lot of traffic and can be personalized to increase conversion with highest leverage. We're seeing folks implement targeted experiences on all different page types. Product pages where you want to promote a specific shipping policy to a certain region for a certain SKU is one example. And then, of course, on landing pages you have where you're looking to add some personalization for folks getting to that page through a specific marketing campaign is another area that we're seeing people use targeted experiences on.
Yes. Okay, so Bree had a question thinking about a homepage in particular on a Shopify-based site. Will the entire homepage need to be built out in Shogun, or does it, in a sense, work with Shopify's theme builder?
So the entire homepage would need to be built within Shogun today. We're making it really easy to import your page from Shopify into Shogun, and we'll bring all your Shopify sections into Shogun as well to make that a super easy transition to start personalizing your homepage in Shogun. But the page does need to be in Shogun today.
Yes. Does the target homepage setup slow load times? That is a great question, Justin. We know how important load times are. Reese can give more details, but we work very, very hard that it does not impact load time because we know how valuable that is.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an area that we spent a lot of time with the Klaviyo team on, specifically making sure we made this as fast as possible. I'm going to drop in a link to Nextbase's homepage, and I'd love for you to click that link and experience the targeted experience in real life. So when you go into that page, you'll see Shogun deliver a targeted experience. And what I believe you'll find is there isn't really an added perceived impact of additional page load there. So we've optimized it as much as we can. We are making a request to Klaviyo to understand what segment that particular shopper belongs to. So there is an extra request there. However, we've worked really closely with the Klaviyo team to only make that request when necessary, and then really streamline the loading time to make it as least impactful as possible.
Yes, I can say from our end, the group membership API that powers our integration is a real-time API that delivers response P99 at point, I believe it's 0.5 milliseconds. So we're really aiming for speed there.
We're all about the need for speed and Klaviyo and Shogun. Okay. Bree said, so it will transfer over existing sections that are already built into our theme, though, to clarify.
Bree,
I believe.
that's correct. Yeah.
No. Cool. Targeted homepage also bring custom elements from the Shopify theme.
So we have a feature coming out shortly that will be a new page importer that will bring custom sections from your Shopify theme and replicate them one-to-one within Shogun, and you can then start to build upon your targeted experiences there. If that's an area of interest that you're looking to get private beta access to, we have a private beta program rolling out in April to start testing that feature. But you'll be able to essentially duplicate your entire Shopify page right into Shogun, and it'll look one-to-one. And then from there, you can start to iterate on your targeted experience to add some personalization components to that page.
All right, Chris had a really good question that I actually don't know the answer to. Is there a way to sync changes between experience versions? Like if I make a content or design change that I want globally on all versions, what's the best process to implement that change?
Yeah, so we have a feature called global snippets, and a global snippet can be a part of your page, and that same snippet can be added across all your page variants. So when you update the global snippet on one of your page variants, that can ripple through all the page variants that you're using for that targeted experience. So you can make the content change in one place and have that ripple through. So the short answer is yes.
Yes, and we can provide resources on this to you. I'll be sure, Chris, that we include a link to global snippets so you guys can understand how that works. Another good question from Justin. What happens if for some reason the connection to Klaviyo is down? How does the page load missing segments?
So the page will always fall back to the original version of the page. So there's never an instance where the page would just render something blank. We always have a fallback mechanism to ensure that when the shopper visits the page, they will see something. If they don't see the targeted experience, they're going to see the default version of the page. And you'll see analytics in Shogun to give you visibility into how much traffic is going to each variant. So you can understand how often your shoppers are seeing one page variant versus the other. Also, one comment on the global snippet question. If you have any questions about how to use the feature or need any help, our team is available. I'll drop a link in the chat to reserve some time with our success team to actually help walk you through the feature. If you have any questions or issues come up, we're available for one-on-one guidance and help to help get your target experiences launched. So
yeah, any questions, if you want a private demo, we're happy to walk through that with you. Laura had a question that Anthony, I think it would be really great if you could talk about the different options to work with Klaviyo. I know that you are offering a discount right now. Maybe you could give a little more info on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Laura, it's a great question. So Klaviyo CDP, we actually have a lot of small businesses using our CDP product. We really wanted to democratize access to CDPs, knowing they're historically only built for large enterprises. That being said, we want to work with you on price and we want to be flexible. As Maura mentioned, we have really exciting news as part of our partnership. We are giving 25% off to any customer who uses Shogun so that they can leverage the Shogun target experiences with Klaviyo CDP more effectively at a better price. We really want to incentivize using this amazing feature. So we do have that discount. And then beyond that, if you do need to work with our team on pricing, we definitely want to be flexible to meet your needs because we want to really get this in the hands of more of our businesses so that businesses can just continue to see increased revenue and just better performance.
Yes, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so Robert, I see your question around the discounting. Just while we're still on that topic, yes, for existing customers. So if you're an existing Klaviyo customer, an existing Shogun customer, that's okay. That's great. You're familiar with the tools. When you upgrade to Klaviyo CDP, then you'll get 25% off your plan.
And I just dropped the link again to the CDP page on Klaviyo. So head in there, request a demo. They can hook you up with a discount, get that demo scheduled. Okay, any
Maura,
other questions?
There's
Yes.
one more from Bree, asking about the approximate timeline for the page importer. Bree, I'm gonna have the team send you an email directly as soon as possible after this call, and we'll be in touch around ETA for that private beta. So be on the lookout for that.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. All right. If you have any last questions, please get them in. Again, if you are a Shogun customer, you have access to target experiences today. You can start exploring them. You can start trying them. I highly recommend looking into the Klaviyo CDP. Data is so critical. And like I said, that champion customer, like that is the easiest, simplest, most straightforward way to start your target experience and like start seeing a difference. I will send out a recap or replay of this. You'll get the video in your emails today. It'll come from Maura from Shogun, so keep an eye out. And in the meantime, let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to reach out to us. Anthony and Klaviyo is ready to help. Brees and I and our success team at Shogun are ready to help as well. I really appreciate you guys taking 45 minutes with us today. We know your time is valuable. And I hope that you start experimenting with this. Customized content is so critical. And I can't wait to see what everyone starts creating because it gives me more ideas as a marketer. So yeah, we will talk to you all later. Again, keep an eye out for the replay and we'll see you next time. Oh, is it possible to get the link for the short demo video? Yeah, Bria, we can definitely include the links to the demos for XT that we did. Sounds good. All right, y'all. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.